And we are back. Hopefully we're rolling properly. Thought to myself, hey, Minecraft thing didn't work. So what? We still got Gardenless. Minecraft thing didn't work. So what? We still got Gardenless. Dang it. I need to figure out the audio thing again. Where is it? Uh, I don't actually know if that's gonna work. And I'm not entirely sure. Oh, wait, hold on. I need to get my. That's not it. There. There we go. Okay, now I just need to figure out how to actually capture the audio on the thing. Because I think that was a problem last time, was that we couldn't, it couldn't actually capture the audio on it for some reason. Yeah, the audio isn't actually playing on my end, on the end. So I kind of want to figure out how to do that before I actually continue with Pirate Seas. But I don't know how to do that, and it is going to be annoying. Because it should be this, but it's not that. Okay, maybe I can... Such as music or speech? Does that money on me? No, because that just captures the... Yeah, that just captures that. That doesn't actually capture what I'm looking for. I don't want to have to look up a guide on how to do this. What is this? Why are you capturing the window for? Okay. 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 Alright. Sure. That's not... That's not what I'm looking for at all. Hmm. Is there not a way to set the audio upon? Okay, there is. I was about to say. I don't want to have to do this in windowed mode because playing this in windowed mode is going to be way harder and just overall just annoying. But even if that's the case, I still don't think that's the case. Why is it not? Hmm. Yeah, let me do that. Let me do that. I'm not gonna. It's not a be right back kind of thing. I just don't want to show everything. Yeah, hold on. Once again, I'm sorry about this. I've just been. Gosh, I wish I wasn't so out of the loop all the time. Okay. So what if I just put my... Oh, it couldn't have been that easy. That's the wrong one. I want the other one. No, that was the right one actually. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, that works now. Cool, I just need to turn on the speaker's audio. So that's good. If the volume needs to be adjusted, just let me know. Okay? Anyways, time for World 2. I love World 2. I thought we were trying to go back to your... You thought we were trying to go back home to get your taco. But pirates... Hang on to your parrots and peg legs. New world, new set of zombies. We can try out these two now. Since, you know, we have them. You're never gonna need to use Gravebuster for, like, the rest of this game. I guess there is one other world, and that's it. That's the only other time he's useful. Yeah. Some expected plants, but, like, it's fine. I'm all for it. So yeah, there isn't really much to say about this world. Again, this is technically the second tutorial world in the game, with the first obviously being ancient Egypt, and the third being Wild West. I will say though, this is definitely one of my favorite worlds. You're probably not gonna get much trouble in this world at all, especially once you're given a certain plant that just kind of trivializes this world. Actually, better yet, it trivializes the entire game. Also, the plant selection here isn't that bad either. I actually kind of like the plant selection here. They're all fun plants. I think most of them are a bit more on the weaker side when it comes to damage, but it makes up for it. They all make up for it in their own little way. I think I said most. If I did say most, then most are unique in their own little way. There is one plant that is a little different. But for those who haven't played the game, I won't spoil it. The main gimmick are these platforms here. I think almost every stage has a completely unique like formation of these kind of platforms. And you only really get like half of the line to work with, since this is about like where the zombies are gonna... Ideally, this is where the zombies are mostly gonna be occupying. Honestly, I might just carry Dandelion up until the end of the game. And Dandelion is just a really decent plant to have. With its ability to shoot in multiple lanes and it being cheaper than Repeater, or 25%, wait, 25 sun cheaper than Repeater, I think it's just a better option. And I think it does slightly more damage than Repeater. But Repeater still does have its uses outside of just, you know, shooting in 3 lanes. No, that kind of is its only use, never mind. But, like, it's a good calling. Speaking of the more powerful. Yep. Remember when I was talking about those world-specific minigames from a while back? Last stream? This is one of them. Honestly, this one's my favorite. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a fan favorite. Basically, you just gotta get combos and beat the score. All she wrote. The more zombies you kill with one shot, the more points you get. And also, it's okay if you let zombies go. You're just missing out on some points. Is that gonna line up? No, it's not. That guy's just gonna leave. You get to do this minigame 3 times, I think. Just like the last one, it happens about 3 times, and every time you do it, it gets a little harder. This is easy, but I'm sure you already knew that. Right, I was talking about coins. You may have noticed that I have more coins, a bit more coins. I actually went off screen and just tended to the Zen Garden. I feel like I didn't need to show that. Show the fact that there were, you know. We're gonna do Snapdragon. Yeah, we're gonna do Snapdragon. Also, get used to seeing Twin Sunflower. There are a total of like 4 main sun producers in this game. The rest of them I consider like secondary sun producers. And we already got 2 of them now, so there's only 2 more to go. They were a little awkwardly spaced. Why are the 2 of them in the same tile? Snapdragons are best used with walnuts, similar to, what's it called? Sorry. Similar to, what's it called? Dang, I can't speak today. Snapdragon is a melee plant similar to bok choy. It has a very, very short range, which I would consider to be about melee range, really. He's the kind of plant that enjoys being spammed. Butter and spikes, and everything nice. That's what butter and spikes are made of. It's hard to argue or agree with. Weirdly enough, we don't get any spikes. Wait, hold on. Let me move my over here so I can actually see. There we go. I really like Colonel Pulled as a plant, because, like, he's potentially, he could potentially be one of the best plants or the worst plant in the game. It just depends on luck. I think in PVZ2 specifically, I think there is a 50-50 on whether he shoots butter or kernels. And more often than not, it feels like you're losing that 50-50, but when you do win that 50-50 more often than not, oh boy, is it satisfying to watch Colonel Bolt just, the zombie just get infinitely stunned by butter. Also, if you didn't already notice, all of the zombies that can walk and can't get their way to around where your lawn is, like where your main part of the lawn is, they'll just walk along these things, and more often than not, you're only really getting like 2 planks per level. Sometimes you get more, sometimes you don't. It really just depends. I really like that they gave you Cherry Bomb in this. You don't get... Cherry Bomb is such a lifesaver of a plant. Like, honestly, he's so good. That is definitely a costume. I'm gonna try a funny strategy. I'm gonna do mostly melee plants for my main attackers. I'm gonna have so much sun by the end of it. I think it'll be worth it though. The first few zombies are usually gonna walk on these platforms. I think they're planks, actually. I think the whole idea is that they're walking the plank, or something like that. Can you hit from 3 tiles away, or is it only 2 tiles? You can? Question mark? I might as well see. This is such a goofy costume. Why did they make this? I don't think this is exclusive to I think it's exclusive to Gardenless. Yeah. I like the zombies. Sometimes the zombies will say stuff like scallywag. It's really funny. Specifically like the Pirate Seas ones. Has a little bit more personality to him, I'd say. I'd say that, like, the Buckethead zombie is probably the most oppressive zombie in the game. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like the Buckethead all too much. She's not my favorite. I don't think anybody does, though. In PVZ2, you're gonna learn to hate this guy, though, since he is just... They just love using this guy. It's a really funny thing you could do is you can place bok choy, or you can place, you can place bok choy there, do that, and like I said, it just kind of acts as a mini cherry bomb. Not as powerful as a cherry bomb, obviously, but like, I don't know, I'd say it's there. It's up there. Speckweed! Okay, now the strategy can really begin. I don't think I need iceberg lettuce anymore. And definitely gonna need spikeweed for this, so... We're gonna see where this goes. Set plant! Spikeweed is a really funny plant. I don't end up using him very often as much as like other plants, but that's not to say that he's bad or anything. It's just to say that like there are just better options, I guess. At least that's the way I see it. I think there are just better options to spikeweed. Because objectively speaking, I don't think he's a bad plant. I think he's a decent plant. He's really good. In like most situations, especially certain last stand levels. There are times where I feel like I couldn't beat it, and then I would just spam a whole bunch of spikeweeds, and it just ended up working. I think there's actually a level that is like that, where if you just spam spikeweeds, like then you'll just win the level. Also, they do have a niche wherein they'll instantly destroy anything that rolls or drives. In the first game, you know, I don't know if you know this, but in the first game there are these zombies called Zambonis. Just like, or Zomboni, but they're Zambonis. They're zombies riding Zambonis and stuff. They make ice and whatnot like a regular Zamboni does. Regardless, the point I'm trying to make is that at some point, like when you get spikeweed, I think that's around the time where that zombie is introduced. And if you place a spikeweed underneath the Zomboni, it instantly destroys it. Normally, it's a really, really tanky zombie that's really annoying to deal with. Already on the guard level. Dr. Zambas. Hail, fellow captain. Be advised that your sailing vessel is of inefficient size. Sincerely, Dr. Echo George Zambas. Huh? What's that now? We're gonna need a bigger boat. I like that. That's a funny little reference. There's a lot of pop culture references like that in this. I can't remember if it's a modded version or not, but I know the game, like, I think the game rickrolls you. Oh, right, yeah, I forgot to mention, you cannot plant potato mines on these planks because, well, they can't really burrow into anything. The game won't even let you do it. In the original, it would give you a little text saying you can't place a potato mine on planks. Yeah, 3 Chrono Pulses is almost a guaranteed instant stun lock. And there she blows. Key ahoy! Ah, stretching again. Yeah, whatever. Oh, I love stretching. Oh, what a rush. Alright, I'm gonna go with Bloomerang and Dandelion this time. Bloomerang, Dandelion, Snapdragon, and then the other stuff. One that, yeah, the nut. Oh, never mind. Wait, this is a funny level. This one has a new zombie, an annoying new zombie, but a new zombie nonetheless. maybe nobody is around to watch something like Plants vs. Zombies on live. Oh well. I'm sure at some point it'll entertain somebody. At least that's the hope. Huh. That's neat. I didn't know this, but apparently, I'm just now noticing that Dandelion prioritizes, the closest zombie. So it won't go after all three of them, but it'll... Like, say if he's firing in all three lanes, it'll go for the other one. That's kind of neat. Also, Pirate Captain. I didn't mean to do that. Normally he summons a little parrot that's really annoying to get rid of, but I think they're just killing him too quick. Dandelion is actually the GOAT. I love him. Ah, it's my fingers. I'm gonna go repeat your vine. Let's see how well that goes. Wonder when the wacky clear conditions are gonna pull up. Okay, so there's this show that I've recently, like, not even recently, I've been obsessed with for a while now, and I just remembered that today they just dropped a new episode of it. It's this little, I want to say YouTube miniseries, but that's not entirely true. The miniseries is actually on Chinese YouTube called Bilibili, and it's a series called Fabulous Beasts. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you check it out. If you just like funny visual humor and like slapstick and stuff, because that's what it is. It's a really funny cartoon that just doesn't take itself too seriously half the time. It has a surprising number of like dirty and or adult humor and a lot of butt jokes or like dirty toilet humor, which I didn't notice my first time around, but like I found kind of surprising when I first, because I was watching it with a friend and he started pointing it out and I didn't notice any of it up until recently when I like was watching it with him. But yeah, I just remembered that it was that it was a thing. Not that it was a thing, that the newest episodes always come on Sunday. Target score activated. Let's see if you can beat my high score. And put in Crazy Dave, KRZYDV, Crazy Dave, as your initials. This one you want to start like actually trying to get like crazy combos. Most of the time you're like almost never gonna get all the zombies, but that's fine. They give you plenty, and you get the titular coconut cannon, the one that you've seen so much about. By which I mean you've seen it in like one level, but actually you actually get to use it. Now remember when I said that there was an exception to the rule, how most of these plants are generally weak plants? Coconut cannon is the exception to the rule. His whole gimmick is that he hits really hard, but has a slow cooldown. Not a seed cooldown though. He actually goes on cooldown every time he uses his main attack, which is, you know, firing that thing. But at that point, I kind of like the way he's introduced, because by the time you get him, you already know how his mechanic works. And I suppose, like, the devs probably thought it would be a little confusing at first to have a plant that you manually have to fire. Take into account that maybe the player just doesn't read the description. I really like it. I don't know. It's just a really neat way of introducing a plant. Once again, they were really locking in with, like, the ideas. In the idea department. The thing you really want to do is you want to line them all up together and then just... like so. There you go. You get them all with a bit of splash damage, too. Coconut Cannon, I would say, is about strong enough to take down... It can instantly kill normal zombies. Anything that has normal zombie health, it can insta-kill. But outside of that... it struggles taking down cone heads. and anything above. It can almost one-tap a Conehead. Almost. I didn't mean to do that. I could have tripled up on repeaters, but I think it was a little, I feel like it was a little unnecessary to do that. Especially with P-Vine, because P-Vine already boosts the damage by a little bit. We're gonna do this again. Okay, so 3 sun, 300, 3,000 sun. I don't know if we've gotten this clear condition yet. I don't think so. I don't remember there being a clear... I don't remember this being a clear condition in Ancient Egypt. Regardless, all you have to do is collect 3,000 sun. It's really not as hard as it seems. Or it's way easier than it looks, is what I'm trying to say. The hardest part is not ending the level so quickly that your sun producers just don't get the chance to do it. But if you haven't made your sun quota by the end, a good strategy that most people will do is that they'll stall out the last zombie. Also, spending sun doesn't, like, decrease his total or anything. Oh god, I already knocked his head off. Ding dong, ding dong. Yeah, I see. See, I've already made the goal. How did you not get caught in the splash? Eh, whatever. Nightball. Alright, what's this? Low tide and waves are coming in. Grab your water wigs, we're gonna get wet. Playing your defense to defeat the zombies. What am I doing? I don't think this is one of those stages. Yeah, this isn't one of those stages, but trust me, there is a stage that comes up later where that strategy is applicable. But for now, I'm just gonna grab some random crap. Mostly dandelions. Maybe. Okay, let's see where that goes. Yeah, let's see where that goes. No, grab him! Oh. Okay, hang on. I need to restart that, but there was something brewing there. Maybe they don't prioritize the closest zombie. I always thought they did. I suppose not then. Wap wap wap. Wap 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 wap. Wap 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 wap. I think one of the weirder changes they made to this game compared to the first one is that the imp has the same health as a basic zombie. In the original game, the imp could take like 2, maybe 3 hits from a pea shooter. Don't let them trample the flowers. Peas are going to be flying. That is for sure. That is for certain. Horrible flower. Diabolical flower placement, by the way. One rating zombie and it's over. Oh, thank God. Click, 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 click. Oh, I didn't even notice. Oh, darn it. Again, I think Dandelion is just slightly better than 3-Peter. Less cost. I think higher damage. It can't shoot in 3 lanes simultaneously, but it does still shoot in adjacent lanes. Which is why you'd want 3-Peter. And does, like, mini splash damage. web up. Remember, protect those plants. Don't let those beans walk the plank. Did we unlock Spring Bean? We did. Oh my god, I didn't even notice. Oh god, wait a minute, hold on. We gotta abuse Spring Bean a little bit. Okay, phrasing was a little bad there, but I'm gonna stop talking, actually. Look, okay, look. Spring Bean is just really good in this world, and that's it. This is one of the few plants where its only usefulness is in, like, one world, and that's it. There aren't many plants that are like this, but there are some. Where their entire niche is just being a counter to a world gimmick. See, Spring Bean normally, if it's not in Pirate Seas, it'll knock back a zombie by like 2 tiles. But in Pirate Seas, it'll instantly knock them into the water if it's near the water. Wait, if the zombie it's knocking back is near the water. And the range on it is pretty lenient. But its plant food effect is where it actually starts to get really good. Actually, hold on. Let me demonstrate. Yeah, it just instantly knocks every zombie that's near the water into the water. I don't think I need to talk about how good that is. That can instantly clear waves. Speaking of instantly clearing things, yeah, that was bad. I should have been way more aggressive with placing plants and stuff. That was a Bobby. But yeah, you can see why Spring Bean is really good in this world, and not in any other world. De bois. Yeah, I'll go with this again. Kill 20 zombies in, what was it, 10 seconds? 30 seconds. Also, Spring Bee kind of acts like a worse potato mine in this world and this world alone, because, I mean, potato mine is 25. Doesn't get much cheaper than that outside of, well, 0, but... yeah, almost done. Crap. Also, this was the other condition we didn't see in ancient Egypt. Well, I mean, technically we saw it in ancient Egypt, but, like, not really. This one doesn't come up very often. Honestly, that could have been it right there. But yeah, this clear condition doesn't come up very often. So, don't expect to see it. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Shoot, what? I think I was talking about Fabulous Beasts earlier, wasn't I? I guess I could go on a little bit more about that. It's a fun series. I can't remember how I found it. I think I found it through some random clips on Twitter, I think. Either that, or it was mentioned in, like, a Discord server I was in. But regardless on how I found it, I don't know. I just look forward to every time it airs. Again, new episodes. Wait, there's a new episode of it every single Sunday. As of recently. Around the time when I got into the series, I think it was almost over from what... Because they had already done, like, 3 seasons up until the time that I found out about it. So after I found out about it... After I found out about it... Oh, I remember this one. Yeah, by the time I found out about it, it wasn't, Do I even want to finish my statement anymore? By the time that I found out about it, goodness gracious, I was already, like, half the like, 3 seasons were already over. And it was on, like, season 4. See, all the episodes are not that long. Every episode is about 4 minutes, not including the intro and the weird little outro sequence that it has. Because it has a funny little outro sequence. I think it's pretty neat. Albeit, it teaches... I don't really know what exactly it is, because I don't know what they're saying. The entire series is in Chinese. I mean, no duh, but, like... Because the entire series is in Chinese, it's hard to really understand what they're saying, but the reason why I like it so much is that you don't really need to understand what they're saying. A lot of it is visual humor. So there's a lot more visual gags and whatnot than there are actual spoken comedy jokes and words and whatnot. So you don't really need to know Chinese to understand like half of it. There are some things that might require a bit more context to understand, but apart from those very few niche cases, not much. I don't really know how niche it... I mean, I don't really know how niche it is. Oh my god. Huh. You barely set them one to... Okay, yeah, no, this thing sucks outside of its world. This is a difficult level. This is like a little this is at a frustratingly difficult level. But yeah, no, I just really like the series. I think it's fun. I think it's fun to watch. I haven't really resonated with a series outside of that. Well, I guess it's not true. There is this other series that I really like. It's a Netflix exclusive, I'm pretty sure. And it's closer to the anime side. It's this anime called Delicious in Dungeon. And that's really fun. I really like that show. Or, well, that anime. Mostly because I have a fascination for all things cooking. So it kind of just speaks to me on a more, like, personal level in that case. But I mean, apart from that, it doesn't really... Apart from that, it's also just a fun show. There's not a lot that goes on in the beginning of this level. But I mean, like, fair. They don't really want to start you off... Believe it or not, they don't want to start you off by, like, giving you 40 million bucket heads while you have no sun producers. It's almost like that's called game design. But I might just be a crazy person for thinking that. Who doesn't love random difficulty spikes for no reason? Okay, yeah, this is a lot better. I just need to take my time with it. That's not the right guy. It should be able to kill that cannon. I don't actually know how many fires it shoots before. It might do its fire now, actually. Don't. And it fired all the imps. Son of a gun. Whap. Dunk. You know what? Everybody gets to die. There we go. That was a frustrating level to deal with. I don't think I did do the Ancient Egypt, the extra levels in Ancient Egypt, the extra little side levels, that is. Okay, so there's a sun limit for one. I'm gonna go with coconut. I'm gonna drop pea vine. Actually, wait. What is it? Produce at least 75. 750. Don't have to triple the flowers. I think I remember this level. This level was kind of weird. Also, a spikeweed by itself cannot kill a basic zombie. Bonk. Bear. Bam. This coconut cannon is so satisfying to use. I wish it wasn't so expensive. wish he wasn't such an expensive plant. I wish I could use him more. That's like my only gripe with Coconut Cannon, that I just wish I could use him more. I suck. Okay. I definitely could have done better, but oh well. Okay, so you do get that extra seed slot upgrade in this world. And thank God for that, because we really needed that seed slot upgrade. My goodness, it feels like it just, I don't know, I just need it, bro. I need it. Okay, what's the clear condition? Kill 5 zombies in 5 seconds and produce some. Easy peasy squeezy lemons. It's 6. I'm a little top hat. There are way too many plants that have top hat costumes in this game for some reason. I don't know why, but like I know Sunflower, Pea Shooter, Cabbage Pole, I think Melon Pole, maybe even Wintermelon, all of those guys, for some reason, all have like top hat costumes. I don't know why they decide to give like every plant in the game a top hat costume. Is the top hat really that endearing? And there goes 5 zombies in 5 seconds. Oh. Oh. God, I love that their heads just go flying when you hit them with any kind of impact. It's such a fun little detail that I didn't need to add, but it's so funny. and their heads fly off depending on the angle that the explosion, like depending on where they were in the explosion, that's where the head flies off. Such a fun detail. That's a Gardenless thing, by the way. Normally they would just plop to the ground without any, like, trajectory or anything, but I love that there's trajectory in it now. Dog. No. You get the day. There we go. I think we're almost done with this world. Yeah, we got like 4 levels left. Plan your defense and defeat the zombies! Oh, this is the level I was talking about. This is the level that can be beaten just by placing a bunch of spike weeds. Might be able to get away with just spike rocks, actually. Yeah, you can get away with just 2 layers of spike rocks and that's it. Since spike rocks do way more damage than spike weeds, they're technically the upgraded version of a spike weed. But all the plant upgrades in the first game, like Gatling Pea, Spike Rock, Twin Sunflowers, all of those are now their own plants. Okay, yeah, hold on. I can move them one thing closer. Now, if you sit back, relax, grab a drink or a snack, and watch it happen. Ah. Tastes like victory. You see, the cannons can only shoot so far. When they do that little attack, when they do their final attack where they just shoot a whole bunch of imps out, they can only fire them up to the 3rd lane. Because that's how far imps can go, like in this game. It seems to be like a program thing. There really isn't any way of making this quicker, at least with this strategy. And that's it. That's all she wrote. One of the dumbest strategies in this entire game. God, I love that level. Oh, God, that level is so funny. Hilarious, even. Ooh, up, up, oh. Yeah, we're almost done with this world. Crazy, I know. Kill 8 zombies 10 seconds. Don't let the zombies trample the flowers. Okay, this is a funny one. If I remember correctly, in the original version of the game, as in regular PVZ2, you can actually place... You can place spike weeds and spike rocks on those, like, tiles, the ones that have the flowers in the middle of them, and that'll count. Unfortunately, that isn't the case anymore. At least not in Gardenless. Yeah, we're gonna do this. This is gonna be my comp. But yeah, no, if you were to place if I were to place a spike weed there, the zombies would still be able to trample the flowers. Despite them not trampling the flowers and walking on the spike weed instead. I don't know. I think this is just like a translation thing. I just don't think they implemented it yet. Because this mod is still in development, like still in work in progress and whatnot. So here's the hoping they add it at some point. You know, if I actually end up getting people to interact with these live streams, I might start, like, having them name the plants. I don't know, just that's something, just some fun thing that we could do. Like, as a small little community. Yeah. Yeah, jump around. Protecting endangered plants. And it's... Ooh. I didn't actually use squash. And I feel like I should. I haven't used them since ancient Egypt. And I worked hard to get squash. We have to use the angry pumpkin at some point. It is the dive rocket launcher. Oh no! It is the dive rocket launcher! Take action regarding that individual. Relax, I'll handle it. I am the angry pumpkin. Will you be able to squash that guy? No, what am I saying? You're squash. It's your whole thing. Yeah, get him. Son of a bitch. Donk. Angry pumpkin. Thank you. Darn. Oh my god, every time with the double. They hit me with the double pirate for some reason. Angry pumpkin, go ahead. Yep. Sweet. Glog. What happened? Oh, that's what happened. Okay. I wasn't paying attention. I gotta have an angry pumpkin on standby. I'm sorry, I had to lock in. Thank you, Angry Pumpkin. Never smile like that again, please. I had to lock in. That is a frustrating. That is a deceivingly difficult level if you don't know what you're doing. There he is, Dr. Edgar George Zomboz. I discovered a mysterious tray to your rental trip time machine. Its temporal structure is nearly identical to one of my own creations. Explain to me, how was this penny created in the first place? Could I really be some sort of Zombot? User Dave, I have a daughter. Wait, am I the daughter of Zombos? That was one fine sandwich. So, what did I miss? Buddy was eating a sandwich. Never change, Dave. Continue to be crazy. I can't really think of anything to talk about right now. Dunk. Why do both Gargs have it? That's a lot of kernel bolts. Why are they giving me so many kernel? Why are they overloading me with the kernel bolts? I said hold the butter. I'm gonna just start spamming corn now. I'm gonna spam the card! He's spamming imps. That's a lot of imps. Get that guy. Oh, good lord. Boom. And you get that Skellywag Pirate Trophy. Beautiful. Boom. Please tell me about your creation process. Oh, that was pretty easy. I found some time wobbly. I found some time webby wobble stuff. Then I put it between 2 slices of bread. Boom! Awesome sandwich. Oh my god. Such pilferous bunk. I should have expected as much. I'll have the answer someday, when David's brains are on my plate. Why would you want Crazy Dave's brain, though? That man is a moron. There's a reason why they call him Crazy Dave. The brains cannot be that tasty, my guy. They could not be that good. Oh my goodness. Okay, alright. There's a handful of extra levels that we need to do. I'm probably not gonna do these levels. I beg your pardon, it's over here? Goodness gracious. Okay. There's like no other rifts either. That's like the only one. Oh, okay then. Sure. We can do this. Cannon fight! Something tells me it's just gonna be coconut cannon. Yep, that's my only attacking play. Yep, wonderful. I mean, I suppose there's spike weed as well, but the only thing I'm really getting given is what's his face, the cannon guy. Okay. I didn't mean it. You know what? I'm going biblically accurate levels of grade here. I'm going with 3 rows of sunflowers. Saltine, be my witness. For I have sinned the sin of greed. Too many sunflowers. But like, you gotta understand, I needs that sun. More coconuts. Alright, now the cannon fight part begins. Be on. Die. More cannons, don't mind if I do. Alright, those zombie hordes are starting to get dense. Weed them out. Bonk. 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 That guy out the way. I'm gonna destroy you. I'm gonna get rid of yo. Might as well get rid of these guys too. While I'm at it. No. Get rid of that. Dog. Dog. This is really fun. Oh, I like this level a lot. Bang. Bang. Oh, and there it goes. And there they go. I kind of wish that level lasted longer. I wish there were more zombies. But that's a fun level. Being able to just spam, yeah, being able to spam, coconut cannons is just fun. What is this? Oh, this is the 61. There's one more. Or cannons by 3. Alright, let's see. Oh, I remember this one. Four-way. Dang. Twinkie dinkies. Now, hang on there. Hold on. I am back. Let's continue. Ew. Well, I think I missed those two, but regardless, I made it. Barely. Congratulations on beating my score. I am not bitter. I'm not saying you cheated, cheater. Yeah, everyone's happy. I don't think there's a fourth one. These waves keep getting worse. I'm still not wet. I meant zombie waves. Oh, there's a... we're gonna go repeater this time. Okay. Oh wait, I need to get my thing out. Back on. Alright, there we go. That was very easy. Maybe next time I'll mix repeat or dandelion. No one of those locked and loaded ones. Crap. I don't think I get anything extra for completing these levels. Now I think about it. It is now clear that these beans are being stalked. Need no being behind. I get it, beanstalk. I feel like this is gonna be an annoying level. I'm going in without walnuts. it's over. Are there bear rollers in this? There are. I'm gonna need the nut. I misplaced that. Oh. No coconut cannon. I'm good with this. I'm essentially going for double. This is frustrating. Yeah, actually, hold on, this might work. No, God. Dang it. Oh, no, I can do this. A bit down. This is a hard one. Wait a minute. Why don't I just put the vines on the beans? Because the vines are taking the damage instead of the bean. I'm so stupid. What are the vine plants anyway? There we go. Okay, finally. And I think that's every level. That is. I don't really see any reason to go forward. There's nothing I can really unlock. I think it takes 1 day for all of that to reset. And 2 dandelions, 3 pea shooters, a pea vine. Okay. How much is it to get the other? Guess you can't carry them. Fresh from the deep seas. That is a really cool costume. I like this. And then I'm gonna do that. So then I can get both this upgrade and I can get this plant. Oh, I can get another upgrade too. I do Sun Boost. I think Sun Boost is the best. I think it's search out for the 100 Sun now. Now, with all of that being done, the next world, the Wild West. My 2 favorite plants in it. It's a cattle drive with plants. It's obvious. Let's get those plants to the watering hole. We'll do that. We'll do that in the next one, whenever that may be. Huh. I suppose that's one way to end it off. With that all being said, I hope you guys enjoyed everything. I did. Next time we'll continue the next world. I think 1 world per stream is probably the best. But yeah, until then, see you.